Okay, good day everybody. This is Frankie from New West Reset. And today I thought I would finally take the plunge, upload my very first video for this channel. And I thought I would start off today by taking you on a quick little tour of the neighborhood that I live in here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So the subdivision or the neighborhood that I live in is one of the older neighborhoods here in the west end of the city center, or west of downtown here in Calgary. And it's called Sunalta. So right now I'm, as you can see, at the Calgary Tennis Club, which, as it states very plainly there, established on this site in 1912. So, you know, the original clubhouse, pro shop and everything obviously no longer standing, but the basic plan, the basic layout has not changed in over 100 years. It's just they've updated some of the buildings and facilities and so on, but other than that, the courts and the way they're laid out is basically the way it was set up back in 1912. So this sort of neighborhood was kind of built around amenities such as this, or sort of luxury pastimes, I guess, such as this. So that's one of the things that makes it one of the older neighborhoods, but also its proximity to downtown and the warehouse district and where City Hall is located and that sort of thing. At one point there were trolleys, originally horse-drawn trolleys and then later electric trolleys, that serviced customers and citizens going to and from the downtown core into this area. So I'll just quickly take you for a quick little stroll along the street here, because there are a lot of homes here that 2 years ago the city, in conjunction with the province of Alberta, the city of Calgary in conjunction with the province of Alberta, organized sort of a celebration of the centennial homes in the neighborhood. And literally almost every home along this block received a placard that they could, a temporary placard that they could put on their front lawn to show that their home is indeed a centennial home. So as you can see, not a lot of brick on these homes actually. Most of the homes here are built out of lumber and then sandstone, which are both very plentiful here in southern Alberta. We're not too far away from heavily forested areas at the foothills of the Canadian Rocky Mountains. And of course, because we're in a river valley where the Bow River and the Elbow River converge, there's a lot of sandstone and therefore a lot of sandstone quarries. And those were used to build a lot of the homes. What I really wanted to show you was this home here across the street. You can see the beautiful, beautiful red brick. Just a gorgeous home. You can see above the windows and doors, there's the sandstone that was quarried and used as sort of caps above the windows and above the main entrance, so the front door there. But the other interesting thing is there's some lower level windows here that again are partially below ground, and they have sort of rounded tops to these windows. They're not squared off on the top. Just a lot of beautiful detail, the brick of this home. They even have the old coal chute still there. So basically what got me started on this whole thing to begin with was that I work just east down this road a couple of blocks. So, and I've worked there a number of years. So I walk down this block to and from work every day. And there's always been a building here that has struck me as very odd. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's always sparked my curiosity. So it's that one with the awning there that says Monkey. So I'll take you down there, I'll have a look, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, so here it is here. And as you can see, first of all, it's unfortunate that it's been painted. At one time it was painted on all four sides, but they're actually sandblasting it and using chemical treatments to strip it back down to the original brick, which is good. You can see, again, very rare out here, this beautiful red brick. Now, the reason that this building struck me as odd is, like I said, first of all, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb compared to all the other modern buildings that are on this block. There's really nothing equal in age to this old building here. So you can see on this side, the side street facade, they've been hard at work at stripping off all that paint. And it's even left a little bit of the original business name painted across the street here. So yeah, there we go. Beautiful old building. Red brick, very rare around here. Beautiful details along the roof line there, as well as you can see on the front facade. And there on the back as well. So a couple of things, some very small windows and then a couple of larger windows. But it's very hard to tell, but there's actually, the brickwork is curved over those square windows, which is a little unusual. And again, as we generally see with older buildings like this, even here in Calgary, Alberta, is you have to step up from street level to get into what is supposed to be the main floor, the first floor. But actually, more than likely was the original second floor and was probably a window there. Excuse me. It's probably a window there, and they just put in these god-awful stairs and put in this modern door. But a couple of other telltale signs. This is an original access door, because this was a manufacturing building. They manufactured hardware in here at some point, so you can still see the remnants of the old hardware. And this was a big sliding warehouse access door. The other thing too is, of course, they've built out this false sort of foundation by just caking on cement or concrete over it. You can always tell that's a telltale sign when it juts out like this away from the original facade of the building. They've just slapped that on. You can see that in behind there. There's still some red brick underneath there. And the ridiculously tiny supposed basement windows, quite deep as well. You know, the depth of the window itself, you can see is that this would have been probably brick all the way down and probably further down under the sidewalk. And then they've just boxed these in with concrete. And of course, as the street sort of rises here, the windows get shorter and shorter and shorter. So at some point, I'm sure this building actually, this ground level was a few feet further down or deeper, and these were larger windows. Because why would you go through all the extra effort and expense to have these different sized windows all along your building? I mean, this one is smaller than the previous, which is smaller than the previous, and so on, all the way up to the front of the building. That would be such a pain to engineer and build it that way, when you could have just leveled it out and had everything uniform in size. It'd be much easier. And I always wondered why this building looks so different than all the other buildings. I mean, age, of course, obviously it's much older than everything else. Everything else here is newer. But it has a lot of the telltale signs that, to me, are very, very intriguing. And it seemed odd that it's just here on this main thoroughfare, and that it was, you know, a manufacturing building and hardware. They manufactured hardware, as I said. And I always wondered why this type of business would be here. And then I was reminded by, coincidentally, the train going by, that the main rail line coming into the city of Calgary from the west comes right through. It's basically just the next block over. If there was another block there, another city block there of a street rather than the railway line. So this whole area here at one point was a major commercial and manufacturing district. So there you go. I think that is going to seal the deal here at New West Reset. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Plenty more to come. And until next time, have a good one.